All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special podcast of the Inside Scoop. This is the PS5 reveal event recap. And Scott and I watched it later this afternoon where we have Nate kind of just playing catch up. And we're going to fill Nate in on what happened, how the event went, and our final thoughts on everything. And of course, the big reveal at the end, we actually saw what the console looks like. And we'll get to that here in a little while. But Scott, overall impressions of the PlayStation 5 reveal, what'd you think?
Well, they had a really good pace to their presentation. They got right off to it. And, well, I don't want to mention the first video if we're not ready to, but it was just hammered straight right into it. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, was the very first video they showed. So it was straight and to the point. And I imagine that's an exclusive.
Oh, of course there will be, right?
We can take a little look at that.
Yeah, we'll get there. Basically, what's going on right now is we're just playing the trailer in the background, or the reveal event in the background, as we talk about what's happened here, kind of throughout the podcast today. But as you can see here, they open up with all like their big guns swinging, saying, "You know what? Here is the recap of everything that you've played and loved on PlayStation and what's to come in the future." So, you know, we've had some big games coming into the family on PlayStation, and just games you can't get anywhere else. And Uncharted, you know, the Horizon Zero Dawn, then you got Ghost of Tsushima coming out. You know, these games that people have been either looking forward to or have been played and loved in the previous years. And then they actually kick things off with GTA 5, because that is coming too, Scott, to the PlayStation 5.
I had forgotten a couple of these. I forgot that they reminisced on the early platform. I forgot this whole PlayStation 4 section, but yeah, they hit the highlights.
Oh man,
GTA 5 was a big part of it, and then they revealed at the end that it will be free on PlayStation 5, the GTA Online portion of the game. So
yes,
what a surprise!
Will persist into the new gen, but you don't have to buy it necessarily all over again.
Which is
that's
great.
Dude, that's a good thing, because how many people have already bought it to maybe even 3 times?
4.
Yeah, that's
what I
what
mean. Like, you can't You can't expect me to buy another copy of it. I already have
Can you imagine?
2 or 3 times. It's like,
Dude,
no, man.
No.
Come on.
Yeah, I do not want to buy this again.
And with, like, you know, Xbox backwards compatibility, smart delivery thing, I don't think that would be a smart move on PlayStation's part to do something like that. So good on them, though, to get that. That's kind of cool. Like, I don't really play much GTA Online, so I could care less, but that's pretty exciting.
Well, it's such a moneymaker for Rockstar, though, right? Like, it's not surprising. We knew, we didn't know for sure, but you kind of expected it to cross over in the next gen. But it's not coming until 2021.
Yeah.
So like, that seems to be a much later date than expected, right?
Yeah, now 2021 is pretty open. I mean, right after 2020, the launch date is in November, I believe. So that means it's late 2020. So 2021 in some cases could mean almost the same release window. We're not quite sure. They don't say Q1 or Q2.
No.
Yeah. There's one game, I believe, that does specify.
We see January. A couple come in. Yeah, there was one, Scott, actually. But we see a bunch listed as holiday season 2020. So that we can assume-ish that is coming at launch or in around launch window, right? Before 2021. And then games that do launch at 2021, we're still kind of hesitant as to when abouts they're going to launch and what to expect from them. Overall, though, we don't really have a locked down launch window or launch list of games, right? We don't know what PlayStation 5 is going to have at launch when the game or when the console launches that day. So we're kind of still up in the air, and we're getting a lot of these previews of what's coming holiday 2020, but yet we still don't really know if that means right when the console launches or right at the end of the year. Like, when are we going to see that? And we don't really know what the lineup looks like.
Why do you think they keep that stuff quiet? Because it just mostly annoys people. Well, so like why can't I keep that hush when they know what's coming? Launch date. You can't tell me they don't know at this point.
No, they absolutely know when they're going to launch their games, but they're holding for Sony to reveal when they're going to launch the console, because they're still waiting on that console date. But I think Sony's waiting on that because Xbox hasn't announced their stuff, right? So see, we've seen this whole cycle between Xbox and PlayStation go back and forth as to who does what first. And Sony's holding everything really close to their chest and is waiting for Microsoft to kind of maybe slip up or give them an edge or something that they can pounce on to say, hey, look, here we go. And overall, this conference, or this big reveal, I think was really well compared to what we saw previously with Xbox and the fact that it was all third party. Right now, here's what Scott was talking about. It is Spider-Man Miles Morales coming to the PlayStation 5. Now, are we going to see this on PS4 as well? And from what I understand, or what I've heard rumblings of just recently as of today, is that people are expecting this to be not Spider-Man 2, but like a spin-off. So something in around like the $40 to $50 range. So maybe a 10 to 12 hour experience versus where Spider-Man was this big, massive game, right? So I don't know.
You think so? I don't know. I think it looks like the Spider-Verse Spider-Man game, sorry.
It does, right? So it's all captured on PS5. Insomniac is back. Looks like, man, holiday 2020. So Spider-Man wrapped up not too long ago, and you knew that they were going to be coming in with a sequel eventually. But to see it this close already, I was a bit surprised to see something. I was hoping something would be announced, but I wasn't expecting 2020. I was expecting 2021, 2022. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to see that coming in, it kind of tells me that it's gonna be a smaller game. I could be completely wrong, and they could.
No, that's a good point, man. I never really thought about it like that.
Well, it kind of has me wondering if they had when you start to wrap up one game, you start to gear up and get ready for the next one. So obviously they knew what they were getting into with Spider-Man, the first one. So maybe at the 3/4 mark, they started branching off into a smaller team to start working on production for the next game. So they kind of gave them a step up and a head start on getting into the Miles Morales aspect of Spider-Man. So maybe it is a huge game. Don't really know, and we're not going to know yet until the holiday season at least, but it still kind of makes you wonder, how big is this game and what can we expect? Are we going to see Peter Parker cross over into this as well? are we gonna get that flavor from the Spider-Verse? Like, how is that all gonna tie in? Is it gonna tie in at all?
I haven't even seen Into the Spider-Verse. So
Oh, dude, what the hell?
So I can't even
so
really speak
good.
for that movie, but I don't know if Peter Parker's in it necessarily, or if they're all Peter Parker or Parker.
Really, all of this could be true. It could be a big game. It could be small. It could just be a chapter of the Morales chapter 2. What happened in Spider-Man? I haven't played that game, but it wasn't animated, which is what suggests direct movie tie-in. It's not quite like that. So unless they show the Spider Pig somewhere, and then
dude, I hope they do not do that. I don't think they will. Honestly, I think what they've done is they've taken a lot of the assets from the original Spider-Man game and brought it over, right? So the world is already pretty well built. So they're going to do some enhancements, some changes, whatever they're going to do to the environment, make it their own game moving forward for this one. But you saw Miles in Spider-Man. So to see him now in his own game isn't really that surprising. Whether or not it is an actual sequel, though, we don't really know. And that's the biggest thing, right? Is this Spider-Man 2 or is it just a spin-off title? But either way, now after wrapping up with Spider-Man, you saw Gran Turismo. Obviously, when you launch a console, you launch it with a race car game of some sort. And this is Sony's staple here, going with the Gran Turismo series, the franchise. It's been around for years. But like you and I touched on, Scott, as we were watching this, it seemed to us like the Gran Turismo kind of had a quiet season on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it was like the hunger for the racing game went away, or maybe it was just that the graphics hadn't stagnated, but just hadn't jumped incredibly in the last few iterations. I think it was 3, I recall, on PlayStation 3, and that was a big deal.
No, 3 was on PlayStation 2.
Was it 2? Okay. Then.
Yeah, that's the one I played a lot of.
Yeah, I played the one with the full racing wheel. It was like $200 on PlayStation 3, I believe.
That's awesome.
And it was like, we used to rip the Top Gun track and everything. But it's a benchmark. So it'll be exciting to see that with a new generation. This game, wow.
Oh, nice.
Look at him.
Of course.
You got
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is what this is called. And it is this kind of jumping through portals, and all these rifts kind of open up as you experience the game. By the looks of things, this is all we've seen. And let me pull up if I have any info.
Really good. Ratchet and Clank. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah, this was a.
They're gonna nail this one.
Well, it's a staple of every
What's up, Joe?
PlayStation release. Me and Devin.
What's up, Holly Gamer? Thanks for the follow.
Devin was saying that with every PlayStation, actually, there's been a release of Ratchet & Clank alongside of it, including Vita and PSP even.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be one. That's almost what I was saying. But look at this roller coaster of what's going on. Like,
oh, dude, this looks awesome.
Well, yeah, you're all over the place, right?
You know, the movie had a terrible plot.
Well, so I didn't see the movie, but they did bring back for the PlayStation 4 Ratchet & Clank 2016, and that game was incredible. Like, it felt and looked like a Pixar movie when you were playing that game. It is awesome. So are we that surprised to see a new one, Scott? I don't think so, right?
Not exactly. Yeah, no, definitely not surprised, but to see it in this playable state, though, and it looks to be, ready to go. So they've been working on this, no doubt, for a while.
Yeah, no, for sure. This is looking pretty polished.
This is like their 7th, 8th version of Ratchet and Clank, so I'm sure this is a fully realized experience now. That's probably why it looks so
absolutely
cinematic.
And then there's no release date either, and there's a surprise, right? So no release date for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which kind of tells me maybe you can expect this in 2021, not this holiday season.
That would break the whole pattern.
Well, it doesn't. It wouldn't launch with it, right? You think the part of the pattern is the fact that it launches with it? Joe's so excited. Yeah, for sure. Well, the last PS4 didn't launch with one. No, but it came across eventually, right? Like 2016, we finally got a Ratchet and Clank game. So I can see us finally getting. Obviously, we're going to get this one now, but I don't think we're going to get it at launch.
Oh, okay.
No.
So it didn't happen on the 4th, but maybe PS2 and PS3 it was a launch game or something.
Perhaps, yeah. But no, we were later on in the PS4 generation before we actually saw a Ratchet and Clank title. So pretty exciting to see this come a little earlier than I guess I expected. I thought maybe once we saw and played it on the PS4, I kind of really never thought we'd see one so soon.
Yeah, I'm honestly pretty excited. This would be if this was a launch game, this would be the one that I'd be pretty much most excited for.
See, so if they can bring this back, honest. I'm on the other side of the game when I'm talking about Jak and Daxter. That's where you found some people go with Jak and Daxter, or you saw the others go with Ratchet and Clank, and I went with Jak and Daxter. Obviously, Naughty Dog just wrapped up the Last of Us Part 2, and man, like, wonder what they're doing now. And I heard too that they were actually considering redoing the Jak and Daxter franchise, and they've worked on plots and ideas, but they just couldn't pull enough of it together, which was, man, it was so disappointing. It was like heartbreaking because I loved that franchise. So to see that come back, I'd be pumped. But you get more Ratchet and Clank, and people are excited, man. This is a beloved franchise.
Dude, there's 12 games in the Ratchet and
so
Clank
many
series. And then there's 2 mobile, and then there's the remaster.
Wow.
And then there's this game coming out.
Nuts.
That's a huge franchise, and it's easy to see why it's synonymous with the PlayStation experience, because like these wacky guns and the weird graphics and the particulate matter and the dance gun. I'm remembering things about this that stick out to me whenever I played PlayStation, because I have not played a lot.
You're gonna have to play it now, Scott. And then you get into haptic feedback with the controller too, right? Like, what are they gonna implement when it comes to doing that? Getting that controller involved with some of these motions and these movements. Obviously, they brought back the touchpad, so you're gonna be swiping the touchpad to get out that launcher to grab that warp portal right there. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain things they can do, or they got the microphone. Are you gonna be yelling? Oh man, we're not gonna have to yell at our microphone, are we, for games? You think?
The good old Nintendo.
Oh, damn it! No one wants that. Nobody wants that. Can you imagine?
I really hope not.
Yeah, no, I don't think they'll do.
We all tried to connect back in the day, and no one wanted to yell at that. So I can't see us wanting to do that now either with the PlayStation.
No, only my friends did, just to screw with me and turn it off.
Yeah, Xbox off. Yeah. And then Square Enix surprised us with this one, Scott. Do you remember Project Athia?
Yeah.
So this is exclusive out of Square. And man, this one kind of, we were like, whoa, is this like Final Fantasy vibes? And we were kind of looking at a few things. I want to see if I got a press release here on, there we go, Square Enix, Project Athia.
Yeah, it was too dark to be a Final Fantasy. Yeah. Those running shoes are too real. But
yeah, I don't have too much here. In a world not our own, where resolve will be tested, truth will be questioned, and devotion will be doubted, she will rise. And that's all we have right now. And now this is designed for the PlayStation 5 and coming to PC. And man, this game looks freaking awesome. So that was just a sneak peek, right? We didn't get much into it.
I love the look of the big monsters getting in there. The dragon. That's what I wrote down in my notes. Dragon.
Yeah. Again, no date though. So what do you think? 2022? Like, this is probably just getting into the design phase and, starting the project and that kind of stuff. So here's a trailer, but that's about all you're going to get.
Yeah, similar to Elden Ring. Remember we had the first looks to that was just a hand grabbing a crown or whatever.
Sure.
I think it's very similar to that. Just a teaser. Now this one looked pretty cool. This one caught my eye immediately.
Yeah. Well, so there's no humans in this world by the looks of things so far from this little snippet of a trailer. Stray coming in 2021. It's all about robots and a cat from what we can gather from this trailer. And it does look
no wonder.
Interesting, right? Well, yeah, rest in peace humans. So what happened to the humans? What's going on? You got robots living on the streets. The cat goes in. Like, man, obviously this looks like a pretty flushed out world. Scott and I instantly, or mostly Scott, went right to Disintegration. So after just coming off the review of that one, in robots, we were like, hey, whoa, didn't we just play something like this?
Yeah, this looks like Disintegration in peacetime. And,
when everything's more relaxed.
It's reminding me of Seventh Sector a lot too, and the side-scrolling nature of Little Nightmares. But
nice. Yeah, no, definitely a cool start. to how this game is looking, but definitely curious to see where it goes from here. And what's the deal with the cat, Scott?
A cat with a backpack?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, are we playing as the cat? It is called Stray. So we
Yeah,
kind of
you
do
must-
question. It's got to be like that. Is that us right there?
Oh,
That's the.
look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Right? So, I don't know. That looks pretty cool. There's no doubt about
Does
it.
look cool.
That's a
Oh,
mighty
let's
fine
see.
cat.
If I have... I'm going to take a look here, because I got a list from PlayStation that showed up today after the stream to let us know. We're going to break down afterwards first party, second party, and third party titles. That way we'll know exactly what is coming and when.
Oh man.
So then this, you can probably skip through a bunch of this. This is, it was Herman Hulst talking about PlayStation 5. He just talks about, how they're pushing the boundaries. This is what we're going to have.
Yeah.
SSD, ray tracing, controller. They show off the haptic feedback. And then it goes into this, which is Returnal.
Yeah, which looks very cool. This one's Returnal is from Housemark. Housemark, I just got an email from them the other day. They've been around now for over 25 years. So,
Oh, wow.
man, they've been pumping out some killer titles. Always a staple. Always, as well, it seems to be, they launched Resogun on the PlayStation 4. That game was freaking awesome.
Yeah, that game was sweet.
Exactly. And then they've kind of had a couple games come out since, and they've gone away from that side scroller and other aspects of what they've kind of been known for, and now they branched into this. And this one, dude, this one looks well.
Is this not just a cutscene maybe for like Resogun 2?
No, you want
I'm just
no.
kidding.
Can you imagine? It plays off the Resogun universe.
Yeah. That'd be
That's
awesome.
funny, dude. That is very funny, actually.
This looks cool though. I like space stuff.
Oh, I lost it.
Oh,
Yeah.
and demons. Okay.
And she's stuck living
Oh,
the
dude, I didn't
same-
write this down.
Oh.
Same existence over and over.
Well, maybe Scott, was this Housemark? Or am I making a mistake here?
Yeah, this is S Mark. It showed up.
Okay, perfect. It looks freaking
Look at
cool.
this thing.
It does look very
Yeah.
cool.
Gives me some Moons of Madness vibes.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely
But
get that.
then-
Oh, but you get a gun.
But then you get a gun. Yeah, so it's,
Yeah.
look at the duality of this. It shows the creepiness, and then
Oh, yeah, there it
goes
is.
Straight into
Oh, damn.
straight
Yeah.
into some gunplay.
Oh, third person. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
So it looks like they're gonna take some time, set up a universe or something that's really creepy and cool, and then you're just gonna shoot the crap out of it. But
So they didn't have an actual release date on this one either, unfortunately. And man, I think if they had it as an actual launch title, like shit, that would be freaking awesome. People would freaking be all over this game. Yeah, no,
Returnal. That looks
date.
cool, man.
it's definitely one for you and
Yeah.
Scott. Him and I, we were talking about it on stream. I'm like, this one ain't for me at all. So, and then here is the return of Knack.
Are all these exclusive? Did it say that? Sorry, at the beginning.
No,
Or
no,
is it
not
just
all
kinda
of them.
like.
No,
Okay, yeah. I didn't
There's-
think so.
no. So
it
Suma
mentions
Digital.
it on a few. of them.
Yeah, so you're gonna have first party, second party, and then third party. And third party obviously is gonna go everywhere. First party, second party is gonna stick with the PlayStation and only be exclusive on PlayStation.
What's a second party?
So it's basically so Insomniac was kind of considered second party. So they weren't owned by Sony, but they only produced for the PlayStation. Right? And then PlayStation stepped in and actually bought them. But you get the guys like Quantic Dream or like that. No. Yeah, right. They did Heavy Rain, those guys.
Okay.
So they were considered second party. I don't think they were actually bought either, but
Did you play the original?
Little Big
Sakura?
Planet. Yeah, I did. Absolutely played it. So this one is by Sumo Digital. This is this isn't their game initially, like as far as Sackboy is concerned. So this is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. This is Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
Is this Minecraft in 4K? No, it's not. Unfortunately, man, can you imagine? Yeah. So basically, Sumo Digital has gone in now and taken over Little Big Planet world and has created what basically is their. I said, man, hey, look, this is the knack version of what's coming to PlayStation 5, right? So everybody needs that family-friendly party game, and this is just that experience, I think, and that's where you get the Little Big Planet. Sackboy could have been, and for the longest time on PlayStation 3, he was like the kind of like the mascot, right? Kind of like how Crash Bandicoot was at one point with the PlayStation when that launched. So Sackboy took over for the PlayStation 3 kind of genre in that era, and you kind of saw Sackboy as it kind of being the staple or the mascot, like I said. But now Sumo Digital's doing it. Media Molecule has obviously moved on to Dreams, so they're no longer doing it. And then Scott, you and I, oh man, we talked about this one. I don't know if I feel this one, man. This one didn't really connect. This one seems quirky and just kind of out in left field for me.
It looks like Fortnite.
Well, that's what I said too. It's like Fortnite with
PS5.
Rocket League. Yeah, just wait. You haven't seen the rest of it yet, Nate.
Uh-oh.
So, Scott, why don't you give Nate the lowdown on what you kind of thought the premise was behind this one?
Well, yeah, it looks very arena, obviously, and it's like a game mode of it. But there hasn't been a Twisted Metal game in a very long time. Now, I'm not seeing guns. That was my first take was, well, maybe this is like a
he was hanging onto the
game.
car. You see that? He was hanging onto the roof of the car?
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is very wacky, but okay. So maybe my first assessment of this being a metal or a Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. It looks like a mix between a Twisted Metal arena kind of.
Yeah, I just don't know if there's
Destruction
a goal
Derby
or what they're doing to kill each other.
I have no idea.
Pickups. There's a lot of things that could differentiate it from Metal Gear, but I mean, Twisted Metal. Not Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. That's what we need.
Oh man.
I don't know. Like this game looks cool. It doesn't look like anything I'd really want to play a lot.
Destruction All Stars.
It's just I'm not really into that kind of art style or whatever you call it. I don't know. It still looks really good. I don't know how to.
But we now have Ember Lab coming up. Two brothers working together to create a game called Kena, Bridge of Spirits. And this looks freaking cool, man. This is kind of like, this is the action adventure platformer that definitely kind of piqued my interest as we were watching it.
All right.
Yeah, this one looks super cool. So they've got a video production background, so they're already quite capable of producing obviously quality graphics and stuff. So I guess now they branched out to create their own studio, their own game, and now we're getting Kena, which looks awesome. Scott, you were excited for this one too, weren't you?
Yeah, just because it's it seems to be its own property. It's a brand new thing, and it's not quite doing, the exact same thing we've seen before because it's a small development team. So hopefully it tells a really good story, and that's kind of the games I'm into more now.
Yeah, it needs something to follow, right? Something to push the story, the game forward, and just not
just another hopping around, beating up like this. I don't know. I like the art style of this and the way the characters looked. Looked like they were
really good.
Yeah.
Again, creating a cool world. That's the kind of thing that intrigues me now.
Kena or Kena? Kena. I heard
here
that.
You got it.
Yeah.
Kena.
See, this looks really good. I like this.
Yeah.
Like, it looks a little weird. It looks a little wacky, but it's got that really nice detail in the grass and in the foliage and stuff.
It's got some charm to it.
Cartoony though, yeah. It's a nice blend.
Next gen
It's
really
Pixar.
does look next gen-y, you know.
Horton Hears a Who in a video game form.
Finally.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah. I hope this one's not an exclusive. You know.
Well, we didn't see anything to it. I didn't see anything. I'm gonna go to my.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Bridge of Spirits.
It's under
Jenna.
third-party publishers and developers for Sony, so it has
Unclear, but you
potential to
think they
go
would-
elsewhere.
You think they would have mentioned it if it was? Because some of them are mentioning exclusives.
No, yeah, no,
Okay.
absolutely. People
Okay.
like to, and like companies like to say exclusive.
Oh,
Now,
look at this. Does this give you any vibes?
Okay, Nate, what do you think of this one? Because this one doesn't. I didn't feel this one either.
It's giving me PTSD.
No. No.
It's now we don't know
It's
that
big.
this is related
Okay,
to Unlucky 7, but it's giving me some serious vibes of a character drama game that was known as Unlucky 7. This
An unlucky review.
now this is giving me Oxenfree vibes.
Yeah.
which was
a
similar
great game.
in a similar style, but admittedly much better done. Than
Yeah.
that other one just did not connect with either of us. This seems to be, emotional, and it tells a story. It's got a weird, wacky world. I'm not sure if I'm
Yeah.
down for people, but that'll interest some
It
people.
looks like a high school drama. I don't
No,
know.
it does. I'll give you
yeah,
that.
it's all about them leaving Volcano High.
Yeah. It is. It's about a high
It's a coming
school. It's so,
Coming of
Nate,
age
you
story.
nailed it,
About the
dude.
dinosaurs.
Yeah. 2021. I didn't see myself looking to
Steve,
play
you want a
this
code?
one. This one is
Hello.
definitely not my style. I can say
Yeah.
that for sure, right? So I don't know. It'll be out there for somebody. Somebody's definitely gonna want to check that one out. I'm curious to see what
Yeah,
everybody
it
else
is.
thinks of this. Lauren Lanning's back.
Oddworld.
Yep. Oddworld is back. We've seen Oddworld on everything too in the past. PlayStation,
I've never played Oddworld
Xbox, PC. It was on the Vita. Like Oddworld has kind of been here and there. But I don't like. I'm curious to see what kind of following Oddworld actually has. It's out there and it's cool, but it doesn't seem to have like a big explosion of an audience. I'm curious to see what numbers they actually pull in. Like it looks
it'll be
awesome, but
It'll be cool to see. They again, one of those with a very well-established universe, but low amounts of games. They haven't created a lot in the last
well, I'm curious to see how many.
generation.
No. I think I don't even know if they are on
Some
the PlayStation 4.
some kind of smaller scale game, I believe, but I can't recall what the name was.
Oh man, there's Abe's Odyssey. There's all kinds.
Munch's Odyssey was the original, right?
Yep. So this is Oddworld Soulstorm. Let me see here. I'm going to Wikipedia. Platforms it's been on: PlayStation, MS-DOS, Windows, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Xbox 360,
Wow.
Xbox One, Game Boy Advance, PS3, PS4, PlayStation Portable, PlayStation Vita, Wii U, Nintendo. Like
It's
they've been
got a
everywhere.
following.
Oh yeah.
Holy, I
Following.
had no idea there's that many Oddworld games.
Oh, there's
Like,
all
they were on
kinds
that
of
many.
them.
Holy.
So Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Abe's Exodus, Munch's Odyssey, Stranger's Wrath, New and Tasty. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's been 8 games, and now this one will be the 9th coming in 2020.
Oh, this one. Shinji Mikami with the Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, this one is not for me either. There's been a couple in here that just aren't for me, but I can absolutely appreciate what they're going for and the audience that they're actually gearing towards as well. Scott, you being one of those audience members for sure, I think you're gonna like these ones, and you too, Nate. I think I actually might get a kick out of this one.
All right.
Did you not see this already? Ghostwire Tokyo?
Oh well,
This is a reveal. This is gameplay reveal trailer. This wasn't out before.
Yeah, this one. No, they did announce it before though, right? And gave us a sneak peek in the past.
Oh,
So
sweet.
yeah,
I finally get to see more.
like it looks cool, but it's too. This is just creepy. That's why I said I'd be like this the whole time.
Yeah, look at the.
I don't want to.
Me right there.
Man, I don't want to play this game whatsoever. Not for me. Ah, nope. It's weird.
Cool. First person. I like it.
Uh-huh. That little part right there is like, hey, that was Watch Dogs Legion, man. Where's that game at?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks this looks very Watch Dogsy or kind of like Super Hot.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got some combat, kind of like BioShock.
It's got a mixture of a few games for sure. We're going to watch the Ubisoft conference coming up next month in July. Oh, my bad, let me get rid of that.
We'll see Watch Dogs there.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to see that. You're going to see Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Maybe you'll probably see the next Far Cry game as well. I say Rainbow Six Quarantine. We would see there. Gods and Monsters.
I'd expect to hear something about it.
Right?
It's been a long time.
It has been. So Ghostwire Tokyo coming in 2021. But again, we don't know when that 2021 window is. Are we talking like January, February, or are we talking at the end of 2021 with then a potential, pushback and delay to 2022? You never quite know where that's going. Using all the polygons. So yeah, Knack 3. Dude, I said the minute they were showing that little big planet, that was our Knack for PlayStation 5. So, Super Brothers. This is Jet the Far Shore. Coming in holiday 2020. This one looks different. Definitely a little unique in how this one's going to go.
Yeah, so far it looks cool.
Yeah, it's definitely got a unique style to it, right? And I'm always up for a good artistic style adventure of some sort, so definitely want to take a look. Scott and I were kind of almost gushing over this one when we were watching it the first time around, too. It was super cool. Like, you don't quite know exactly what this game is. I don't know if I can see anything that goes into any details about it. Let me see if I got anything on it.
Oh, the music's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't see anything as far as that one goes.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
see what I mean? Like, it's kind of all over the place. You're not quite sure what you're doing and what it is, but it's definitely got a cool style and direction to the game.
Yeah, I like space. I like exploring stuff. I like crazy new alien worlds and stuff. It all appeals to me. And when I saw the bones and like, I'm seeing even hints at 2-player.
What's up, Kyle? Dude, you missed a lot. Kyle just joined in. What did I miss? Well, let me see. Where do you want me to start, dude?
12 games?
Yeah. You missed a bunch for sure. GTA Online's coming to PlayStation 5 owners 2021. Like, Spider-Man Miles Morales is coming in holiday 2020. Yeah. You might want to recap the rest of our live stream here after we're done. And then Gearbox came to the table.
Now this one,
Godfall.
I forgot what this one was, but yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, this is that brawler looter game that Gearbox is working on. And this is supposed to be, they initially launched or announced it as a PlayStation exclusive. Now it is exclusive to the PlayStation, but it's also, I believe, coming to PC. And this is coming holiday 2020. So this could be an actual launch title. And this looks like kind of like a good time. I'm up for this.
Cool.
Yeah, it could be a little messy, not my normal thing, but
Yeah.
it's interesting. It's reminding me of Two Human,
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
which I guess was supposed to be that kind of a game, a looter kind of game, but it just didn't really work out.
Yeah, they say it's not a shooter. This is an actual brawler looter game. It looks pretty cool. You can customize all your suits and stuff. Like, man, I'm up for that. And co-op as well. That's the other thing they're bringing to the table. That this will be co-op too.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like the music. Dun, dun. Very cool. Remember this one, Scott? You and I were talking about. Well, wait a second. So,
Yeah,
it's Hyper Light Drifter from the creators Hyper Light Drifter. I'm like, dude, can you imagine if this was Hyper Light Drifter 2?
It looks kind of like it. It looks
Right? It kind of gave you like, well, that'd be weird.
It's got the same wispy kind of look to it.
Oh yeah, you can tell it's from the same creators, right? You got definitely follow that art style.
The neon colors. Oh yeah.
Yeah, super cool. I like it, man. This game looks awesome. It looks really interesting.
Weird.
Yeah,
I like it though.
me too. This one looks
You should
so
be afraid,
cool.
Drew.
I'm not afraid of this one. It's so bright. I like it. The Void is calling. So, Solar Ash is coming in 2021. Again, is that going to be in that launch window of... So if we get the PlayStation 5 in November, launch window... I've seen people say launch window, and then it's like 6 months later. But it kind of... It could be that...
really fair.
No, launch window would be like
is.
2 to 3 months, really, right?
It's whatever they count the sales as for initial
Sure.
console release, I guess.
It does look
Which
cool.
could be.
Hopefully it'll be early 2021 though, not too late in the year.
And then this one.
Yes, this
Drew,
one. Woo! I was freaking pumped for this one.
I wasn't sure. We couldn't confirm what it was for a little while, and then
Oh.
and then Drew's like, nah.
Then I freaking nailed it. Is what I did. Watch this, Nate. Oh, yes. This is what I wanted.
Man.
Oh yeah, Hitman 3, baby. Freaking pumped. Continues on the story
Sweet.
from Hitman 2. Can't freaking wait. Hopefully there's more sniper game action. That game mode is so awesome. I said to Scott, I picked that up just the other day to work on some more of those challenges. Dude, I've almost cleared out the first one completely. Between Crystal and myself grinding that one out, it's almost done. I think we have like 2 left. Freaking love the Hitman franchise. So happy that they're coming back with a 3rd one. This will wrap up the trilogy. And dude, oh man, it's so freaking cool. I'm like, of course you're alone. You're an assassin. The best bald-headed guy in the business.
Next to Vin Diesel, yeah.
Ah, man, he doesn't count. There's nothing stealthy about Vin Diesel.
Yeah, that's true.
And Jason Statham's stealthier than Vin Diesel. That's
I mean, dude, you haven't seen
January,
Riddick, then.
January
You haven't seen
21, dude.
Yep.
That is not too far away after
That's
launch.
cool.
I can't freaking wait. I was so excited. Haha. Hell yeah.
That's exciting.
Just a little bit. Some of us are pumped. I don't know if anybody else in the chat is, but if you can't tell, I'm freaking over the moon excited for that
Oh,
game.
dude, I'm excited to play it for sure.
Hell yeah.
Well, they're like the last game came out a couple years ago now, and
Yep.
it was such a nice, like, the first and the second one in this trilogy have been just huge lived-in worlds that are all like bustling and
Yeah.
a huge amount of NPCs on screen. Like it'll be really cool to see what they do with the next gen because
Oh man.
the capabilities.
It still
just gonna be
definitely
that much
has
greater.
that art style of Hitman. Like the characters all look a little not hyper realistic, right? Like it's not like watching The Last of Us as an example, you know what I mean? Like they're stylized. So it's just got their own uniqueness in the world of IO and what they do for Hitman. Man, Agent 47 is freaking badass. So excited.
Oh,
Can't wait for Death to show up on the 21st. January. Let's go, baby. So freaking good. And then, so this is Scott and I go, a little sneak peek at the dashboard action here, maybe.
But yeah,
Right?
or the batteries died on the controller.
Yeah, they forgot to turn it off. Shit, it's still going. And then we returned to Astrobot. So Astrobot came on the PlayStation VR, which honestly was one of the best VR titles to hit the PlayStation VR. Astrobot was a very cool character, and I said to Scott, I said, oh crap, they just launched their own, basically the non-VR game. Exactly, yeah.
Here's Mario 3D.
This is Mario now for...
yeah.
Because they don't, well, what do you do? I don't know.
This is,
I was hoping
Astro's
for
Playroom.
VR. Because they said, so the PlayStation VR is going to carry over into PlayStation 5. So they say you're able to connect it and still continue on. But that was the biggest thing was, okay, then what games are we going to be wanting to play with the PlayStation VR headset on our PlayStation 5? Because right now, my VR headset is just collecting a whole lot of dust. But I had fun when I did have the games, right? Oh man, what was this one? This one was Neo Stream. Oh, The Little Devil Inside. This one was a unique twist of a game, Scott.
Yeah, this look at that style.
So from here, we seem to kind of hit like a couple weird directions for games. I thought the pace was good. Like it was, like Jim Ryan said right at the very get-go, we are going to talk games. We're going to show you games, and that is it. So here you go. Boom. And it was nothing but games all the way to the end, which was cool, appreciative, because when if we want to go back to what Xbox showcased when it was all third party, it had highs and lows, and then a big thing of, hey, final Assassin's Creed reveal gameplay, which turned out not to be what the case was. We were all kind of a little disappointed in that, and even to the point where Ashraf himself came up from Ubisoft and posted on Twitter saying, look for more in the future. But man, either way, this was, I thought, just more and more video games, right? We just saw, and there was no breaks. There was nothing in between. And it was just a constant steady flow of just more and more and more content for the PlayStation 5, whether it be first party, second party, or third party. It was just games the entire time. I thought it was awesome. And then this game is
awesome.
Dude, it looks cool. It's just like, what the? Yeah. It just looks quirky. I'm curious to see, what's the story? What is the purpose behind this game? I've seen that character before. Where have I seen that character? Anybody?
I'm trying to remember. Is that Journey or something? Like it's.
I kind of had that vibe. Absolutely. But Journey I don't think it has the horns, right? It just goes straight up.
Yeah, or what's that other game that we played that was...
I don't know, man. I swear to God, I've seen that character before. The Little Devil Inside. And then this... Oh, man.
This is... I am Mo the weakest.
Oh, yeah. No, okay. So I don't want to harp on it too much, but... Oh. After this one, Scott, is when we kind of get into that one from Octodad. The creators of Octodad, which... Man, it was really just...
that one's fine. This game, I don't know why they bothered showing this. This is just like pre-alpha. Like it's gonna... There it is. Actual PlayStation pre-alpha 2K21. So essentially, like what are they showing? They're just showing us that...
They're showing us nothing here. Game. Yeah. Really,
don't worry.
Well,
they're not taking a break. Like,
yeah, there's still more basketball on its way. Just because the NBA season's done doesn't mean we are. Actually, they're bringing the NBA season back. But either way... it's true, they are bringing it back.
It'd be cool. That'd be funny if this game was actually like a Korean league and there was just like cardboard cutouts in the stands for the season.
It's there because like Microsoft did something too where they brought an athlete on board and here's Madden, blah 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 blah. Well, now here's...
I mean, it's good for this guy. It's good for him being on a game. And
Zion
he's excited to be in it. And,
dude, Zion is a force. My kid freaking loves him.
Film and stuff, but it's just from an outsider, I'm not excited.
Well, yeah, but if
You know,
it
if
is
they were
what it
showing me
is.
leading edge, hey, here's the game, here's how crisp it looks. But
Yeah.
this is just a concept. So, yeah, this game.
This game
So,
looks.
Nate, just take this all in.
All right.
All right, we're not gonna say anything because man, I could.
Drew's kind of game.
Oh yeah, he pre-ordered this right after. It ended.
Already. You think so, Kyle?
Uh-oh.
There's nothing lively about this thing. Okay, I can't do it anymore. I didn't like this at all. This one, it looks so freaking weird and out there. But this is from the creative of Octodad. Octodad was one of those unique titles. And Sony did an experiment basically when they launched the PlayStation 4 that, you know what, they're bringing in indies who had quirky perspectives of what they wanted to bring in and build for games. And they supported that really, really heavily, where when Microsoft launched, they necessarily didn't. But either way, you saw as the PlayStation 4 progressed along, you got out of a lot of these quirky indie titles. And here is Bug Snacks, it's called.
Melon Spider.
Oh man,
Right.
coming
Sandwich
holiday
Feed?
2020. Yeah, no, this I don't know what this is, and it just does
I don't
not
know,
interest
man.
me at all. So every time he eats something, he loses a body part, and that's what it's replaced with. Like, what the hell?
We got wiener
Doesn't even
hands
make
over here.
That's what I mean. Wiener arms.
Mayor.
Oh
It's like I
man.
can't pick up anything with my useless wiener hands.
So yeah, okay. I think that was the weakest part about the entire conference. But from
Yeah,
here
definitely.
on
I could
out,
say that.
yeah, absolutely.
Then we have Shuhei Yoshida.
Shuhei is on his way. It's nice to see Shuhei back in front of the camera supporting the PlayStation like he always has, but he's for the PlayStation 4 at launch he was there, but at the again moving forward to the end of the PlayStation life cycle for the PS4, you lost the faces for the console, for the generation, and there wasn't really that face of PlayStation. Where you talk about Xbox, you have Phil Spencer who leads the charge, and you know you've got a lot of those, Aaron Greenberg, a lot of faces in it that support, and you think of the platform, but then you also think of these people as well. So then you get Shuhei Yoshida back in front of people, which is nice to have. He's switched over now as roles too, so you see him kind of cycling over, working closer with the devs once again. So you see, that's nice to see him and to have a face, which is awesome because it's something that's PlayStation is really kind of lost at the end of the generation. It was really needed to bring back. So when you think PlayStation and you look to the figureheads, we'll call them per se, you get Herman, you got, Ryan's up there as well. Obviously, he's the big shot with Jack Ryan doing Jim Ryan being the big shot, the CEO of PlayStation. But you don't have that personality that Phil Spencer does when it comes to the Xbox.
Yeah.
So this, without giving it away, don't say what this is, but let's see what Nate thinks this is, because I was trying to figure out what this was.
Yeah,
and I
for
had
sure.
a couple guesses.
Yep.
And then I was pleasantly surprised. But
so there was a tease earlier, so Nate wouldn't know anything about this, but Blue Point has remade games over in the past that has just been incredible, and that's what they're known for, is taking an old franchise and rebuilding that. So there's a hint right there, Nate, if anything. But
I think I might have seen something. Is this Demon Souls?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So earlier this
I wouldn't
year,
have guessed that.
we saw something from Blue Point to say, hey, you know what? You need to be excited. We are pumped. No, it's not Castlevania. Dude, that would have been pretty wild too. Demon Souls, Kyle, is what this one is. And they said they were super pumped and excited to be working on this one for the next gen. And here we are. Finally, we get to see what Blue Point's working on. And man, that definitely looks cool. Again, not my style, but I know Scott's all over that one.
Oh, well, fans of the series regard Demon Souls as being the top, the best, the end all of them. They don't get better than that. So it's cool that they're revisiting it and bringing it to a PlayStation 5, I assume there's going to be, a huge level of remastering going on. And
hopefully not too much, man. I don't need too much of that, to be honest.
no, the game was a little clunky, but just because it was unrefined at the time.
Yep.
But
and then Arcane is back. They're not bringing Dishonored, but they got some flavor in this one. That's for sure. This one looks cool. Death Loop. No release date on it, though. We didn't see anything along that style, so we don't know when we're going to get it. Whether it's going to be 2021, 2022. Mm-hmm. So it's very cool in the fact that you're getting... So essentially, if you don't know what Deathloop is, it's basically one person in this time loop who's trying to get free of what's going on, and he's got to go out and take out certain targets, but he's always got somebody who's against him. And it's this guy versus girl scenario, and he gets caught in this time loop. And man, Scott, you and I were pretty excited as we were watching this one.
Yeah, as soon as we see this dive, see this warp, take down the blade, the toss. It's very Dishonored with
for sure.
extra guns.
Yeah.
I like what he did there, putting the two handguns together makes a rifle of some kind. It's interesting.
So Bethesda owns Arcane Studios. That's why you're seeing that. But
it's cool.
Yeah. But it's very cool, actually.
I'm kind of... it's kind of hard to tell how the graphics are. Like, it's like a slightly realistic, but like kind of that Bioshock sort of look.
It's got the Dishonored feel to it. There's no doubt about it. It's got that Dishonored art style approach. Kind of.
You closed the stream. Sorry.
What do you mean? Oh, sorry. How's that?
Now it's back.
Okay, I clicked off. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's got a bit of that Dishonored touch to it, I would say. But it looks super cool.
Huh.
Yeah. So he's got to take out 8 targets all before midnight, but he runs into one freaking problem each and every time. Her. So it's cool. So I'm guessing this would be a single player game.
I think it's multi.
I think the girl.
Yeah. One person's playing as the girl, one's the guy.
It is multiplayer, eh?
I believe that's what they were talking about when they revealed it.
Right. How cool is that?
That's cool.
You gotta take out the targets before Juliana takes you out? Is that the idea? So it's 1 versus 8? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's a mismatched kind of game where like attack and defend.
Definitely need to see more on this one.
Yeah, hopefully it has a campaign though. It can't multiplayer only games are a hard thing to make sustain.
They tend to come and go if they don't stick.
Well, we've seen a lot of them come and go, right? That exactly. Well, obviously, Evolve being one of my favorite to kind of come and go.
Even that was looked good at the start.
Dude, the game
there you go. You totally just see that you play as the other person.
Yeah, dude, cool. Evolve was awesome. You all just suck because no one played it. That's all.
I got into it right at the end of its life.
Oh, did you, man? You're too late. Too late.
It's not terrible. It was pretty good.
Oh, I liked it. I played as a trapper.
We played a couple hunts a night. I was always one of the dudes with the dino companion.
Oh yeah, the trapper. That's what I played too. It was so cool.
Oh yeah.
Here you go, Nate.
This time comes to a close.
This one got me excited.
Not me. That was another one of these things.
I had heard rumors, but
no thanks. Not doing it.
Oh, this looks great.
It's so creepy looking. See? Even they're talking about why it's so creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any ideas, Nate? Okay, so how did that guy not hit him?
Resident Evil?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. How did you know?
How did that guy not shoot him right in the face? It was point blank, man. You could have missed him.
Maybe it misfired.
Oh, shooting blanks?
Yeah, it was the.
He's an old man.
He just forgot that step
Yeah, apparently you missed
when he's
that one.
reloading his shells. Yeah.
This looks really good though. Wow.
No.
I need to finish 7 still.
Nope. Not at all. I don't know how you guys play that stuff.
Oh
It's,
man, I want to play
adrenaline,
7
man.
with VR. Like
It's
7 in VR is
Oh.
like peeking around every corner and stuff.
Just tilting your head around? No.
Oh.
God, no.
I don't know if I could do VR. That's pretty.
You sit down at the table with them for the dinner. And you're like actually there. It's
It's terrifying, man. Look how creepy this is.
But there's always that over the top bad guy too.
That one?
Maybe that might be it. The one that looked like Ardwin.
Ugh. So Resident Evil Village.
Cool.
Resident Evil.
I like how they did that.
Love it.
Clever.
8. Gotta put him down.
Man. Coming
So they don't get back
2021. So there's more Resident Evil on this way. I'm sure people are gonna lose their mind over that one.
Oh yeah.
No. That one just looked creepy, dude. So creepy looking.
No,
And then we got a
this
new one
one's
coming out
more-
from Capcom.
Yeah, this one's more of a concept, I believe, and it's got the date of 2022 on it. So
It almost gave us that feel of like that suit. Like I've seen that suit somewhat before. Obviously it's got this astronaut-esque feel, but the headgear itself reminded me of the guards in, I want to say it was Deus Ex.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, it's familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Deus Ex or if it's it's bugging me.
Deus Ex or the hell was that one exclusive on the PlayStation 4 that Steve and I freaking loved? You played as 3 different characters. Why can't...
Become Human?
Ah, that's it.
Is that one? Or Detroit?
Look at this cat.
Detroit. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. It looked, man. Yeah, that cat just creeps caught out. It's a hologram, and it's just, you can see the insides of it if you're not able to watch this and you're catching it on the actual podcast. But yeah, he's hollow. Look at that. You can see right through him. See his organs.
Oh. Yeah, the less you see of cats, the cuter they are. You know? They shave, they look weird. You see their bones, they look like aliens.
And nobody wants to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like Death Stranding.
It did too. It gave us that Death Stranding feel.
Don't ruin this moment.
Well, it's not. So yeah, not all of us like that game for
See,
sure.
look, he's helping deliver a satellite.
It looks cool, man. It's got me
really cool.
kind of looking for this one. Pragmata looks very cool. So they're on now. Essentially, looks like the moon,
Breathing.
and that's what I said too. How is she breathing? He's got a helmet on.
She had some crazy eyes though.
Well, her eyes went all like
She might not be human.
all techie. No, she's not human. There's no way that girl's human. It's coming in 2022. Like, whoa. There's a sneak peek.
No kidding.
And then this happened. Da 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 da. I've been waiting for this one, and I called it, and I said it needs to be a launch title. Just
Jack and Daxter?
nope.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool, but it's not happening. Yeah. Sony Interactive Entertainment presents, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome back to the world of Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes! Freaking right, man. The minute she started talking, I knew exactly what this game was. So freaking cool.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pumped.
cool.
Horizon Zero Dawn was one of the best titles on the PlayStation 4 for a new property. I am excited as hell to see where they bring Aloy's story now.
It's a really cool world.
Oh man, it's completely new, right? We're now looking at what looks like to be on an island. She's still got her mount like she did last time. Doesn't look like he's changed all that much, I gotta be honest.
I must find a way to stop it.
But it looks like the world is dying.
Get worse and worse.
This looks so freaking cool.
Oh wow.
Until it destroys us all.
Right? So you see what I mean? Like the world looks like it's falling apart. It's all everything's just dying off. Something is happening.
Do to save this world. No depths I won't explore.
So you'd actually have to hunt down the animals to gather resources. It had an RPG element to it, so you're looking to gather resources and upgrade all your gear and stuff like that. So I'm wondering how much of that has evolved into Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Yeah.
Barrier I won't cross.
It looks like we're getting all the seasons here too, right?
This mission is mine alone. If I falter, if I fail, there won't be anyone left to stop what's coming.
Uh-huh. It looks so cool. I wonder what he's up
Yeah.
to. Horizon Zero Dawn 2 Forbidden West. Looks... Oh man, I can't wait.
Huh.
Look at
Been a long
that.
time in the
folks.
making.
Woo!
I will be ready.
Mecha Mammoth.
That looks awesome. So I can't wait for... Oh yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Forbidden West looks so good. There is no date released with this. There was no window, no nothing. So I kind of got the bad feeling that it is not going to be a launch title. And
Oh, that's
man,
not launch.
oh man, but
sure.
if it was, seriously, if it was, that would be freaking incredible. Honestly, so
It would be, but I
Aw.
don't know, man.
It's been so long since we've had a Horizon Zero Dawn anything. So the fact that it's not a launch title kind of makes me disappointed because I thought they would have had enough time to actually bring that up and bring that into the potential of a launch window, maybe. But if it was an actual launch game, that would have been way better than anything else. And then there's one last
I
thing
agree.
to finish off, right? Well, you know what I mean? If they could have made Horizon Zero Dawn 2 a launch game, people would have lost their shit between getting that and Spider-Man.
Incredibly exciting.
Do you
that-
wonder why? Like, if they do it so they don't split their sort of their fan base, or is that just because they weren't ready? You know, like, I don't know.
I'm assuming it's because they're
Kinda
not
hard.
ready. I would say they're not ready, and that's why. Otherwise, I think they would want to be there because Sony wants to come out swinging. I think this showcase here reveals they're ready for next gen, and they're ready. I don't want to say to compete with Microsoft, but essentially they are, right? You always see the two going back and forth between the Xbox and the PlayStation, but then you also see Phil Spencer on Twitter. Congratulations to PlayStation. This looks awesome. This game, that game, whatever. So the support between the community is there for both sides, but at the same time, you know, they have a product that they need to sell. So see what happens with that. But here is is what we kind of speculated. Scott and I were like, really? Is this it? Are we gonna see the console? And like, nah, it can't be. But there's a whole lot of balls going on. But yeah, it actually turns out to be the PlayStation 5 console reveal. And
Yeah, I had a feeling they were gonna leave it like that. I couldn't. They couldn't let Xbox just go and keep the image without revealing it finally now. And
Sure.
Today's the date. Like they
Yeah.
pushed it off.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna get
Been long enough.
Which is cool. I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about the console because this thing. What do you think of this?
All right. What's with the Zero Mega Man and Bass style fins right there on the top?
I don't know, man. I kind of like it, to be honest. I kind of like it. I think it's cool. I think it's different. I think it's unique.
It is. It looks funny.
It does.
It's unique.
It's definitely unique. They took a bold approach with it. So it's better than being just an ordinary box, but they're also bringing a disc-less version.
And that one looks way better in my opinion.
It does, because it doesn't have the bump on the side,
bottle.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, the shampoo bottle shape really just doesn't make sense to me.
So there's 2 buttons or 2 something on the very bottom of this console, and then you see a USB-C port, and then a USB, I'm assuming, is a 3.0 on the front. And then now we're going to take a look at the discless version, I think, which is the way I am going to go. I don't need a disc at this point. And now you only got 1 button, because the other button on the other one is the eject button to bring out your disc.
Yeah, see, look, that one on the right is just an Xbox 360.
Well, yeah,
the
maybe,
shape
right?
of a 360.
yeah,
100%.
I guess so.
The one on the left is like
Yeah.
it's just got this weird lump on the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man.
get
I
behind
kind of
that.
like it. I think it's kind of neat looking. It's kind of cool. Matches the controller.
Looks sweet.
Dude, once we saw the controller, and of course, then they launch all this other stuff, right? New camera, an HD camera. You got new headphones, the Pulse 3D headphones. I want those, please, Sony. Do you want to just reach? You know where to hit me up. So they can get all the accessories as well, right? So
It's cool. You know what? I appreciate it.
yeah.
Looks like a big old router.
Well,
does.
you know what? So that's what Kyle's in the stream. That's what he said too. It does look like a massive, just a giant router. And I'm like, you know what? You're not wrong. But it's got the vents there too. So I'm hoping that's going to keep it nice and cool and hopefully nice and quiet. Because
And-
some of our
It doesn't
PlayStations.
sound like an aircraft.
Well,
taking
exactly. Right now, some of us are playing with a PlayStation that sounds like it's going to take flight here shortly. And they hopefully can address that. There's always seems to be something kind of with the console as it moves along. We saw the Red Ring of Death, obviously, back in the 360 days. And then you would see the yellow light of death with the PlayStation 3. Now we're in a PlayStation 4, and then some of them are just so loud.
I
My-
thought your house just
Mine's
burnt down when the
really
PlayStation
loud.
3 went bad.
Oh, man. It was... Well, okay,
They
so
settled it.
let's talk about overall. Overall, Nate, Scott, what did you guys think of the PlayStation 5 reveal event?
Oh, it was really good. Definitely. They knocked it out of the park. It was long. There was a lot, like you said, there was nonstop games from the moment they started showing games. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
there
they
was-
finally showed the console off, and it looks good. So.
No date, no price, but we can talk about that here in a minute. Scott, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think they won the competition for who had the better presentation. This was just
Yeah.
full of it seemed like full of heavy hitters and things
Sure.
that we hadn't seen or heard of before, and that's exciting. And
They-
they led with they didn't lead necessarily with games, but it was almost entirely games. It wasn't as much of the sharing we like our fans, we like our customers kind of
Yeah.
thing. There was a lot less of that than normal and a
Sure.
lot more just here's the next one.
A lot less PR for lack of speak, right? You didn't get that. You got we're here to showcase games because you know what? They saw what Xbox did going back to their event just not too long ago, and the feedback that they got it didn't go over well at all.
It was 20 minutes,
Mhm.
and it was,
Yeah.
they lied about it being gameplay or whatever. Not lied, but deceived everybody by saying
Yeah.
it was legitimate gameplay.
But it was all
And there
third
wasn't
party.
a lot of games. Yeah.
No, it was all third party. So the big question was, what is first party doing? And here we have from Sony. So when they announced this, so this is PlayStation 5 games from SIE, Worldwide Studios, and second party partners. We're getting Astro's Playroom, Japan Studios. We're getting Demon Souls from Blue Point Games in Japan Studio. Destruction All Stars by Lucid Games. Gran Turismo 7 by Polyphony Digital. Horizon Forbidden West, Guerrilla Games. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales from Insomniac. We're getting Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart from Insomniac. We're getting Returnal from Housemarque. And we're getting Sackboy A Big Adventure by Sumo Digital. That there is first party and second party alone, not third party. Not one bit of those. All those titles are first party. Now, we're not going to get those all at PlayStation launch.
Yeah, and indeed,
But-
a lot of those are even 2022, you know? Like a
There's
good
a few of
solid
those,
year
yeah.
and a half. There's like Ratchet and Clank. I could see the holiday next year for that. Like, I feel like a lot of these games are holiday next year. There was like one or two that are gonna, you know, we actually get to look forward to for now.
Well,
But it's like their E3. That's kind of what they did. It's like their E3. They show games within the next 3 years, 2 years that are
yeah, well, exactly. Oh, no,
So
there's no doubt.
It's exciting, but a lot of, you know, there's probably about half of them were new IPs. Most of them, like the other half, we've already, you know, it's not really not expected to see a new Ratchet and Clank game or a Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not totally surprised by these. So,
Like, I was
but
excited.
the other half, it's like, you know, they have some new games and some exciting stuff too.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the third party publisher side and developers. You got Bug Snacks. I got nothing on that one. I got nothing. Then we got Deathloop, Ghostwire Tokyo, Godfall, Goodbye, Volcano High, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Grand Theft Auto Online. That's coming. Hitman 3, Jet the Far Shore, Kenna, either way, Bridge of the Spirits, Little Devil Inside, NBA 2K21, not nearly necessary, gotta be honest. Oddworld, Soulstorm, Pragmata, Project Athea, Resident Evil Village, Solar Ash, Stray, Tribes of Midgard, and Pathless.
It's a lot of games. That's what I mean. It was a almost 2.5 hour long event, and that's insane.
No,
Well,
it wasn't.
Where that was just
Yeah, it was all just prep.
being-
It was about an hour and
prep.
yeah, it was about an hour and 10 minutes long. So it was definitely longer than what the Xbox event was, and I think it did nail home why you're gonna want to buy the PlayStation 5. You're gonna get all these games plus first party. They showed everything, not everything, I'm sure. And they didn't show us the date. They didn't show us the price. They're still holding all that info back. And it said right there that, you know, PlayStation will announce that at a later date, which is not to be expected. We're still months away from the final reveal. The final date. So to see maybe in the next... this was E3 for PlayStation, essentially. Because they weren't even going to attend E3 anyways. So this was their whole kind of game plan in a sense. Obviously, they probably would have done or preferred a live event to have all media there and all that kind of stuff. But basically, this is kind of their take of what they're going to present at E3. So, I don't know. All in all, I'm impressed. I like the box definitely more without the disc. Now, let's speculate, because I always like to speculate because it's fun. What do you think the disc version price is versus the non-disc? Are they going to come in with a smaller hard drive space on the discless? That way that would allow them to drop the price on the PlayStation 5. So PlayStation 5 with a disc, $600. PlayStation 5 without the disc tray, smaller hard drive space, $450.
No, you can't have no disc and then have less hard drive space. That's just two negatives. I don't think they'll do that at all.
You
I
think
it'll
they'll
be
have the same
price? It'll have same price, and it'll have like a marginally bigger bigger drive to support it. But I still don't. When I say marginally, I still, unless
500 gig to 1 terabyte.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I've heard there's a rumor of an 825
What?
gigabyte.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you meant 825 bucks. Holy shit!
If you watch the video I sent you,
$100 cheaper, Kyle. Dude, you know what? I kind of wonder that myself, to be honest. If it will be a little bit cheaper.
Well, okay, so maybe if they keep the same hard drive, $100 cheaper. They know now you have to buy the hard drive. They'll sell you the PlayStation branded one. Ergo, it's actually $50 more if you want to set yourself up.
So does PlayStation have on their console? They didn't really show anything about nice little click-in memory storage, did they?
No, that was not in their lineup.
That is a big negative, man. That sucks.
Xbox
already showcased. They already showcased their memory cards that are SSD and strictly built for the Xbox One. So that's kind of like, dude, they need to have lots of storage, man. These games aren't going to be 20 gigabytes.
Small.
They're going to be 200 gigabytes at the very least for like Horizon Zero Dawn.
No.
So it's, you know what I mean? Like,
they said they're going to have an external. You are going to be able to connect an external to the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, but just through their USB.
Yeah, just like how I do it now. I got an external hard drive.
But that's what I mean. They don't have like an actual port for you to just slip in and out an actual memory card.
No, which honestly, it doesn't affect me at all. I'd rather use my external hard drive and connect it.
Yeah, but now, so you're basically eliminating all of your load times because you're running it off your super slow hard drive.
Yeah, that was one of the benefits.
This is the problem. This is the problem with PS5 is all our external hard drives are completely toast now. You need to have this. You need to have their SSD to get these amazing quick load times. Whereas now it's like you can't. They don't even have an external hard drive that offers that right as of right now.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I have not seen it.
I mean, like Microsoft, thank God they like kind of went out and they're like they showcased what their console's going to look like and like this actual memory card that you're going to be able to buy on day one so that you can have 2 terabytes of storage.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a negative, man. I don't know, man. You can't screw that up.
Especially if it's like, it's $100 less, but now you absolutely need your own storage, and it eliminates that because then it's not saving you $100.
It's like buying the Xbox 360 way back in the day.
I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. I honestly wouldn't be shocked because Sony loves to sell the extras. They always have, and they always will. You're gonna get the same hard drive space.
Announce it.
No. So what we did see was the camera, the charger, and the headset coming, right? The dual
and a media
Gold 3 or whatever it was.
That totally leads me to believe that it's not even a thing that's happening this year.
Unless that one without the disc is the expensive unit and it comes with the giant internal hard drive.
How giant are we talking, guys? Like, I don't understand.
No disc is to offset the cost.
I just like what can I have 6 games on my my Xbox Series X or my PS5? Like that's like
we don't know. Worried, they haven't provided any information as far as what we can expect with the PlayStation 5 for hard drives
or anything.
Yeah. No, I believe we can get. I think they said they're launching with 1 terabyte, but besides that, we don't know as far as expandable hard drives, all that stuff. They say if you do get into the expandable hard drives, there are going to be specific ones you should get that will help keep up with the speed. They say the hard drive you have now, you can tap in and use on the PlayStation 5, but you're going to want to use the PlayStation itself and that hard drive space specifically for PS5 games, right? So I get it too, right? But at the same time, you're like, okay, but yeah, once we reach our 4 or 5 game capacity, now what am I going to do? Because if we go on our consoles right now, man, we have so many freaking games. The last thing I want to do is delete a game every time we got to turn around. That's just it's just monotonous and ridiculous. It's not how gamers work. As we get on with the life cycle and it keeps going, it just gets more and more games. Our library grows. Even if you're not in the media, but you're just a fan of the industry and gaming, in that sense, you're still going to buy more and more games, and you're not going to want to delete every single game just because you get the new one.
Tiresome. It's so annoying, I like it.
I'm somebody who's had libraries of games and enjoyed having them all ready to go. As silly as that is, and maybe that's far-fetched in the future, but yeah, nobody feels good about clearing. Or everybody's gone through it. Let's play Watch Dogs 2. That game was cool, and they're talking about a new one. But then you have to sit there for 2 hours and let it install.
And then that candle's kind of burnt out. You're like, I don't even want to play it now.
No, that's fair.
So many times Nathan has shown up in my house wanting to play a game. And we just sit there the whole time watching the load screen, but by the time it's done, we're like,
Yeah. No, for
I'm
sure.
worried about that.
All in all, though, guys, I think the PlayStation 5 event was really cool. I think this is going to wrap up our special podcast of the Inside Scoop. Everybody, thanks so much for hanging out as we kind of talked about everything in the world of PlayStation today. We'll be back next week. Until then, everybody, have a great weekend.
Good night.